Hey everybody, and welcome to episode, let's call it 15 and a half of Rags to Riches with Patrice. The reason this is 15.5 is because we are doing a sort of transitional episode here. We are going to be working with Patrice's new supposed nursery, which we've built, but she can't afford. So that's going to drive some of our decisions going forward. But let's talk through the actual build. This is a very short build, so I'm not even going to bother to speed it up. We're just going to chat about it. And also take this opportunity to be kind of transitional in, summing up where we've been and where we're going. So what Patrice wants out of this nursery basically is a place where she can sell both loose and arranged flowers. She wants to sell things to other florists and also act as a florist herself. So both wholesale and to just private citizens who want arranged flowers. She is building it on the land next door to her house. That's her house on the left. But she's building it on land that was formerly owned by her friend Magnus, who passed away a few quote unquote years ago in The Sims. So several days ago in game time. He was a very big help to her when she first arrived in Oasis Springs. And in my mind, what happened is that he left her the land. Like, no money, just the land. And it was tied up for years in a state court because people didn't understand. And she was just this lady next door who never really knew him before, a couple of years before his death. A thing of a thing. And she didn't have to really participate much in that fight, but in the end she ended up being the beneficiary of it and receiving this plot of land next door. So that's awesome. But she doesn't have ginormous sums of money. So first off, what she's doing here is she's designed a really simple structure. And you can see this isn't really a building. This is a booth. And so what it's going to be is a combination of office and bathroom, covered working space that will let her do her flower arranging and to have her cash register and a very small sales floor. And then in the back is where she's going to grow all of the flowers, the different flowers for different seasons and hopefully a variety. And yeah, I'm excited about it. It is going to be coded as a retail lot. It will not, strangely enough for me, be considered a residential lot as well, right? Like not within the game. But a lot of times when I build retail lots, what I do is put in an apartment as well, because that way the sim doesn't really have to leave, right? But she has Eddie, and Eddie has toys. Eddie has a life. Eddie has, things he considers familiar. And she doesn't really have to move Eddie into like her plant store. So she made the difficult decision to both try and hold on to her current property while running the store next door, because that's a super easy commute. And now that Eddie's back in school, things will be a little easier. So again, what she's building are these two covered rooms. Well, two walled rooms. One is an office and one is a bathroom for both her and her customers. And this front porch, which will be that super tiny sales area and where she puts her flower arranging table. I went back and forth a lot with the decorations, the gate, all that kind of thing to try and make it fit both rustic and, Patrice is clever. And I wanted it to show a little bit of that cleverness, like both rustic whimsy, rustic whimsical clever. That's a lot to ask of a roadside stand, but that's what I asked of it. So while we're doing a little bit of this kind of figuring out, let's talk a little bit about where Patrice has been and where Patrice is going. So she arrived in Oasis Springs right after getting out of high school, I guess, and her parents were loving parents, pretty strict disciplinarians, but nice people. And they had dreams for Patrice, and Patrice didn't want those dreams, and she felt stifled, and she felt rebellious. And as clever and kind as a person as she is, she felt this very strong need for independence. So she left home very abruptly with nothing and came to Oasis Springs. And, she went through the things that a rags to riches story goes through, right? When she was taking food off of other people's platters and rummaging through the rocks, and fields of of Oasis Springs, so to speak, looking for minerals, looking for buried treasure, looking for anything that she could sell. And day by day, or in real life, year by year, she's slowly grown into herself. She's currently a florist. She's a flower arranger with a florist. She had a brush with fame by being featured on a reality show for a little bit, though that was horrible for her because she also has the paranoid trait. And the paranoid trait makes it that she is most comfortable in basements and very comfortable hidden away from the world. So being in a reality show, that was not fun. So being just an anonymous flower seller, that's a lot of fun. She has a lot of friends. Her best friend is a man named Akira, who is married and lives in another town. He seeks out Patrice's company a lot. Even though every one of Patrice's romantic overtures has always been rejected, she still sees him a great deal. She's come to terms with the fact that he's her best friend and nothing more. Though sometimes I'm not sure that Akira really feels that. I think Akira, in some way, is still sort of holding on to her in his mind as a sort of backup plan. But Patrice isn't really anyone's backup plan, and I don't even know that she'd be into that. She has not dated much. She's actually, I wouldn't call her humorless. She's not humorless, but she's a terrible joke teller. She's not that. She's a very reserved person. Let me put it that way. She's very reserved. She doesn't share emotions easily. She's pretty stoic. Yeah, all those things. And those have kind of made it hard for her to connect with people. She's, of course, been on dates and things like that and had little tiny relationships. But the most serious relationship she had was a fairly brief one with Diego Lobo, who is, I'm not sure what he does for a living. I'm sure Patrice knows. But he lives in a soulless, cold loft in San Myshuno. And one night, in despair, Patrice went over to his house. I'd like to think it was in the rain, like some really, really awful rom-com. And she ended up getting together with him and got pregnant. And her son, Eddie, who just hit childhood, is the product of that union. She and Diego tried to make it work for a little bit, but eventually they had a disastrous date in which he spent the whole, like half the time, in the bathroom on his phone. And, at the end, he said the immortal words of, "Don't call me ever." And, wow. So they've seen each other a few times since. She doesn't try to keep him from his son. And Diego has certainly been around for birthdays and things like that. But it's not the same. It's not the same. I think, I'm trying to recall if they've had any sort of booty call thing. And I honestly don't think they have. I have to go back and watch my own videos. I know that she, would still love to have companionship in her life, but Eddie is her priority. Eddie and the nursery. I mean, the two things she always wanted were a child and a business with plants. And now she has both. She never really fantasized about being in romantic relationships or having a soulmate or anything like that. So she's pretty content. But of course, she's realized over time that people thrive when someone cares about them. So she does have a lot of friends. She is pretty active. She goes out. She does things. But really, she's still, in a lot of ways, that paranoid young woman who is just really concerned that anyone would ever try to control her. So she, in getting her own business, I think she's going to be working toward even more independence. Just another part of her life where she is solely in charge. And I'm not sure how that, I think it'll go both well and difficult for her. Like, I wish she had someone to lean on. I wish she had more people to lean on, really. That would be my wish for Patrice. Eddie's babyhood and toddlerhood were a little difficult. It was hard for her to juggle. Jeez. Juggle work and raising him. It's a good thing she has friends, right? And his recent birthday and his aging up from toddler to child was kind of dramatic. One of the party guests dropped dead in front of the house just before the party, so whoops. So when we last left Eddie, he was feeling a little melancholy, and I think he's still kind of in that place. We're going to check in with them a little later. I think at this point, I'm going to just let the music carry us away for a little while we do the rest of the build. I think I will, on second thought, speed it up just a little, just so we can get back to Patrices and Eddie's lives. So enjoy, and I'll be back in just a couple minutes. And we're back. We are back on Patrice's actual lot. Here's where I started wondering, how is Patrice going to pay for all this? And so I went into the mode of, she needs to sell everything. So what I'm doing here is on Patrice's behalf, I am selling all of her plants that are not flowers. She did have a large number of them. She did, grow a lot of stuff, and you'll see we're going through all the plants. We're going to go through her inventory and sell everything. She is basically selling everything that isn't nailed down. And it's what she needs to do, basically. It does leave her with a very, very spare house. And, now that she's a level 10 gardener, I think one of the things she really needs to look at, again, once she gets the money to get the seeds, is to get money trees. Like, money trees would save her butt. But there, I go two ways about money trees, right? There's something you can use in game, and there's nothing bad about using a resource that we have in game. That said, they get a little cheaty hacks after a while. If you're getting like $11,000 a day, suddenly you go from rags to riches very, very quickly. As opposed to over maybe a couple generations, which is what I expected would happen with Patrice and her descendants. Is I kind of thought it would be a longer process instead of just like, let's grow money. So we'll see. This is pretty much what we have left. We have a couple birthday cakes, a bunch of stuck PCs, and Eddie kind of melancholy in his room. So let's get this party started. Maybe we can get these people to actually depart. Yeah, look how they're super droopy because, you know, someone died at the party. Not great. Not great. What I'd like to do at this point is, if I can, I might have to go to build mode to do it, and I'm fine doing that. But I want to, gosh, I want to put these in her inventory. I wonder if that's possible. Into her inventory. Come on. Nope, the plants don't seem to be able, shoot. I was really hoping she could put them in her, can she? She can. Okay, this might make life a little easier when she gets over to her new place. Good, good, good. Okay, this is awesome. This will make life easier. At this point, I doubt she's going to use her floral arranging table here at home. So we can sell that, which we desperately need to just sell things. So we can sell that. We can sell the high chair. We are selling it all. Everything must go. Oh my gosh. We have sold what we can sell. We have $11,000 simoleons. We need about 20. So here's gonna be where some difficult things happen. Back to live mode. It's 3 in the morning, so it's really not the time to go beg for money, but really that's gonna be what she does. And what I want Patrice to do is to go downstairs and get some sleep, because tomorrow is gonna be a big old day. That's right. Go to sleep. Both of you go to sleep. Poor Eddie. He's so sad. Of course he's sad. So he's going to talk to his bear to try and get his spirits back up. Look at this. It's like this incredibly spare house. Oh, slablet. Let's sell that bad boy. Selling the slablet. I mean, he has so little now. He has so little. And look how sad. Oh my gosh. Oh, poor little cinnamon roll. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Okay. Okay. He's... Are you really going to clean that sink? Are you going to clean that sink? Oh, just clean... Oh, not her. I think is Eddie. Eddie's going to wash his hands. Let's see if... Nope, he can't clean the sink. Oh, he's so sad. Did he do his homework? It's not letting him do it, so he must have. There you go. Why don't you read something? Read something. It's not so bad to read. Reading is a great thing to do. And let's see how you're doing. Your needs aren't terrible. They're terrible. And you're having fun. That's nice. I think we might give you a little nap before school. Yeah, he could just have like an hour's nap. There he goes. Okay, time to go to school, sweetie. Patrice is going to travel. We're going to visit some people. We're going to visit Diego first off. You know, Patrice needs to be able to provide for her son. Diego provides no money to his son, like none. So she's going to go meet him at a neutral place that they both like, which is Rattlesnake Juice, the bar. So, you know, hug your baby daddy. Heartfelt compliment. Bright and day. You guys are still friends? Flatter. I know this may seem very, like, mercenary of me, and it is. It's very mercenary. But Diego's never, they don't have Sims child support. They do not have Sims child support. So we are going to see. I don't know if she has high enough charisma, actually, to ask for money. But what she could do, oh my god, do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? She can't ask Akira to move in. Akira's got, you know, a wife. Let's see if he wants to move in. We're gonna do this thing. We're gonna do it. Do you want to move out of your soulless apartment? They're moving in together! Okay. Okay, that means he'll bring like 20 grand. He'll bring 12 grand. Really? That big enormous apartment? Really? Sell. If he sells everything, let's see what happens. Okay. Okay. Okay, he's moving in. The thing is, he needs his own bed. So he's going to need his own stuff, which is going to make things a little more difficult. And now, of course, we have... Oh my god! The furnishings. Look what happened. Look. He did it. He did it. Diego, man, you are a stand-up dude. Look what you did. Look what you did. You... Oh my god. You sold everything in your house to help your child and your former girlfriend. Everything I have said about you, Diego, I may have been wrong. All right, so Diego is a cultural connoisseur. That's right, he's an art critic. He's going to need a computer. He's going to need, let's see what he has in his personal inventory. Nothing. Why don't you just clean that, Diego? There you go. Oh my god, they need to upgrade fast. Wow, so she asked him for help. Oh, this is going to burn her spirit a little bit because she said she wanted to ask him for money. Basically, I wanted her to ask him for a loan. She didn't have enough charisma to get a loan. So instead, she asked him if he wanted to move in and just be with them and help support his son. And he took that as a signal, you know, because it's how the game works. I'm just telling the story. He took that as a signal to sell his flashy San Myshuno apartment and come to Oasis Springs to be with them. And that is insane. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, I know what we're going to be starting our next episode with. We're going to be starting our next episode with figuring out how to remake this house so it suits all three of them. Separate bedrooms for the two parents. A bedroom for Eddie. Whew. This is exciting after all. And Eddie's going to have a chance to get to know his dad. It's a win-win. Win-win. But, yeah. Oops, he's going to go to work. Of course he's going to go to work. But, whew, this is very exciting. He needs to become a painter. No problem. We can work on that. We'll be able to afford an easel. But he sold everything in that big, cold, flashy apartment with all its extra bedrooms to come be with his son. That's kind of awesome. That's kind of awesome. All right, I think we're going to call it here. We've gone through a lot of transitional stuff today, and we are starting a whole new chapter in their lives. So, this is so exciting. All right, enough with this episode, and I will see you folks next time. As always, thank you so much for watching.